Hey y'all, top of the afternoon, right? This is Small Giant right back at it again on We Win on Wednesdays, right? I want to say though, we win every day. Every day above ground, we winning. You know, we're blessed. And what I always say is gratitude, man. I always try to remind myself as well. So, yeah, every day above ground is we winning, right? But it just so happened to be Wednesday, the day that I come to try to give, some encouraging words, uh, hoping to provoke uh, some thought, that can possibly help you, um, going forward or whatnot. That's all my objective is just to try to provoke some thought with you guys or whatnot. And like I always say, it has always helped me as well. This every week helped me to remind me to stay on my job, and to hold myself accountable. The little big head man, I have to do, I have to follow suit, and with that being said though, I would like to ask that you like and subscribe to my channel, if you find that the content is suffice or whatnot. Man, I'm just tripping on the weather and how it is out here compared to, like, just say like Anaheim and Orange County. Is real foggy and real like chilly or cold or whatnot. I was just tripping off of that. I was just observing the difference. But out here it's like sunny and everything. But yeah, before I start though, I wanted to ask you guys, or to say, the fight, the Teofimo Lopez fight. I don't know if some of you guys are into boxing or whatnot, like myself, but he fought Kambosos, over the weekend. He fought Kambosos, and Kambosos tipped him up, whooped his ass, gave him a big piece of humble pie. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because I don't like Teofimo Lopez. He's just one of them guys that just for some reason I'm like, nah, man, you do this a lot. And yeah, he just got hands put on him, and I was happy. And a lot of guys need that humble pie, whether it's that way, or it's another way, have to experience going through some stuff. But I just wanted to throw that out there, man, because I like boxing and whatnot, so but what I wanted to talk about seriously though, I wanted to talk to you guys and tell you guys to learn to forgive yourself. Have compassion for yourself. A lot of us are still carrying a bunch of baggage and bullshit, and I'm gonna say, for me, since I want to start with myself. I can remember in the past doing things that I look back now and that I'm not proud of. Whether it was to someone else or to myself. And for many years, or someone doing something to me. And for so many years, I have been carrying this shit on my shoulders. And every time I would think of that situation, it would trigger some type of negative emotion. And again, like I always say, I finally made the transition to finally let a lot of that shit go. it's important, again, for us to let it go, man. I can say honestly, and I'm not exaggerating, I'm not trying to be funny, but ain't no one done to me as much harm as I done to myself. No one on this earth has caused as much pain and hurt as I done to myself. And that's no bullshit. By dragging myself through the mud, doing unnecessary things, putting my life at risk for bullshit, just hurting myself. And a lot of the things that I was doing, like I said, when I look back now, I'm I used to be embarrassed. I used to let that, rent space in my head. Like, damn, that was me. I can't see myself behaving like that. And it took me some time. And a lot of you guys are still holding resentment towards somebody that may have caused you pain or whatnot. Or you feel that you've done so much harm to people that you feel trapped. You feel like you can never move forward because of the person that you was. And I can understand that. Some situations are really extreme to where a person would do something, have done something to another person, and that other person is not here no more. And that other person's family still refuse to, forgive you. But I'm saying, at some point, you still have to respect that. But at some point, you still have to say, I made an amends. I changed my life. You're not perfect. You still got flaws, but I changed my life for the better. I'm not that same person that I used to be. I walked that off. So now you have to say, you have to have compassion for yourself. Because when you constantly hold on to this stuff, all it does is causes stress and anxiety, and it just it just triggers emotions that we don't want. We don't want these. We don't want to be feeling bad, and sad, because that's what it used to do to me. I feel ashamed. I feel bad from my past, a lot of my past. But today, Small Giant forgive himself. Yeah, I consulted with God because, again, I don't know about you guys, but I believe in God. I consulted with him a lot of times and asked him to help me with that. Because, again, I would be walking and the stuff would, resonate or just come up just out of nowhere, and I would feel bad about what I did to people and myself. A lot of you guys feel as though you neglected your kids by going to prison, by going in and out of jail. and you wasn't there for them. I get it. I definitely understand. I don't have kids, but I can understand. I can empathize with that. But you got to understand, a lot of us were young and we were out of control. We had this belief system that led us astray. And a lot of us don't know to go back in our past, because our past can tell you a lot about why you led astray. I didn't know that. I didn't know why I was fucked up. I was fucked up because I had to go back into my past when I was a child. You got to go all the way back, man, when you was a kid. You know, when you was a kid. When I was a kid, times when I felt abandoned by my father, times where my mother to me wasn't present. And what I mean by present, meaning, you know, there for me, like owning, you know, just there for me, like, son, you know, how are you doing in school? It was just like, okay, let me give you this and get you the fuck out of my way. A lot of us, we have to dig deep, man. Because a lot of us grew up in a dysfunctional household. You know, it's like, it's looked as normal to be abnormal. A lot of us grew up in a dysfunctional household. And this is why a lot of us grew up having this resentment, or feeling as though they wanted to remedy the things that they were missing in their life by joining gangs, by just being a violent person because they didn't want to be a victim. See, it's more to it than that. And that's why I'm telling you, you have to look at that and you have to say to yourself, yeah, I fucked up. But what was my thinking at? You know, what was I thinking about? And why was I thinking like that? Why was I behaving like a, you know, like an animal? You know, why was that normal? Why was that going on around me? I drug myself through the mud, man. I hurt some of my loved ones, and some of my loved ones hurt me. But today, all that don't even matter no more. Because again, like I always say, man, life is short. I'm trying to enjoy the rest of my life. And I know life ain't perfect. But to hold resentment and to hold a grudge or to carry some shit that is out of your control is killing you, man. Learn to forgive yourself, man. Maybe, I don't know if, like I said, if some of you believe in a higher power or God or whatnot. I don't know. I'm not going to, you know, get into all of that. But I'm saying you have to learn, man. You got to go back in your past when you was a child in your household. Just try to recap all of those events. And then you would gradually understand, like, wow. And this is not to point the finger at nobody. A lot of the choices and decisions that I made, I'm 100% accountable for those. But rest assured, a lot of your childhood, a lot of your upbringing, a lot of the dysfunction added to that. Believe it or not, that's real, and that's a fact. But did nobody force and make me do shit? I done that. And that's what I said. Ain't nobody hurt me as much as I hurt myself. Nobody on this planet. But I forgive myself, man. I forgive myself. I can't keep dwelling on the past. Some of you have or may have had a good woman, man. A good woman by your side that was ride or die, breaking the doors down when you was up in that joint, sending you packages, sending you money, and you just ruin that situation. You just ruined that situation. But my point is, when we move on, man, we got to move on in life, man. We got to let that stuff go, man. Even the hard stuff, like I said, the extreme stuff, where the person that is not here anymore, his family, they may not want to forgive you, but you have to still forgive yourself. You have to say, that's out of my control. I implore to you, bros, that if you are holding resentment towards somebody, and you've been holding resentment, and you've been carrying that shit around, that shit is not cool. I used to do that shit all the time. Oh, I don't fuck with him. Oh, I'm mad at this person and this and this and that. That shit is not masculine, man. That shit is feminine. I'm not saying you have to let that person back into your circle if that situation didn't resolve itself, but still, move on and forgive, man. Let it go. You a man. We are men. And we have to remind ourselves that. We got to forgive ourselves. You got to forgive other people too. Everybody out here is just trying to cope, man. We all trying to cope with life. We all trying to live. So even though, again, I'm not condoning neither side, you or the other person, whether they did bad or, to either one. But holding a grudge, that's not manly for us, man. That's not manly for us. It's not. And I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about that, man. And I've been working, so I'm about to take my ass up here and go to sleep and give me some rest, because rest is essential. So, but I wanted to make sure that I stay consistent with coming here Wednesdays, because I look forward to talking to y'all, man. And like I said, it helps me as well. It's really important. And so I wanted to holler at y'all before I go up here and lay it out and give me some rest. And I just want to say, God bless you, you and your family. And again, If you can, man, take the time to research your past. And that will lead you to a lot of answers that you didn't have before. I'm telling you, if you don't believe me, try it. Just go all the way back. Just take your time one day and just be like, if you haven't done it yet. There's a lot of issues, man. There's a lot of issues and a lot of the reasons why we were behaving the way we were behaving. It's because we didn't want to be victims and a lot of that shit. But just check it out though, man. I encourage you, man. And with that, like I said, I'm about to go up here and lay it out. So I'm a little tired. You can see my eyes and shit. So been working. But yeah, just do that, man. And I'll see you soon. I look forward to seeing you. And with that, I'm out of here. Salute.